Today on RB's Toy Box, we're going to take a look at the BattleStar Galactica Laser Pistol by Dutch Cylon. Stay tuned. There are a handful of shows that ended too soon. BattleStar Galactica is one of them. Now, I have a very small collection here at RB's Toy Box. I've got a record here. I've got, obviously, the DVD set over here. And I have a LanguageTron that actually lights up too. And it's got a little hook in the back. But I picked those up. There was a vendor at Nutrizone Studios on one of their fan appreciation weekends, and he had a laser pistol, and I had never before seen someone that was, selling resin laser pistols. So I grabbed one, and of course this is it right here. It's got very decent detail on it, but there's no pew-pew, there's no lights, it doesn't do anything other than look really cool, but it's got a nice feel to it. It's very well proportioned. It's got some weight to it because it's resin cast. It's pretty nice. If you were doing cosplay or something, this would definitely be a good place to start. Now, on one of the social media channels, though, I came across one of these that was built by the Dutch Cylon over in the Netherlands, and I was wowed. I mean, absolutely wowed with the lights and the sounds and everything that it did. And I was like, man, I want to get one of those one of these days. So I started saving my pennies so that I could afford one day to get a laser pistol from the Dutch Cylon. And this past Christmas, I was able to go ahead and communicate with him, and made he did a Christmas bundle for me that comes with the little base that it can sit on, and then also the holster rig over here that you saw in the opening little video skit that I did. I had so much fun making that. But over here, I want to show you just how cool this thing is. Now, if you're thinking about getting one, he has some YouTube videos that are pretty nice. And so, I don't know that my videos are going to be much more than my opinion, and I'm going to give you my honest review and opinion. If you're thinking about, just like anything else that I review, if you're thinking about getting one of these, I'm going to give you the good, the bad. There is no ugly on this thing, but I'm going to tell you what I absolutely love about it, and you can decide for yourself if you want to make the investment to get a laser pistol from, let me get my thing up here, laser pistol from the Dutch Cylon. Now, first and foremost is just the detail look and the weathering. He's done an extremely good job with that, and I'm going to also show you some videos from my my box that has a very close lookup of it. But on both sides here, it's got the lighting here and on the top as well. And then, of course, when you shoot it, it makes not only the sound, but obviously it lights up right here. It's just, when you're going, against dummy one like this and this one, which I'm going to make a comparison to here in just a minute, but it's just so very, very nice. And one of the really cool things that totally blew me away on this particular unit was this. Watch this. Yes, you heard right. That is the theme song to BattleStar Galactica playing through my laser pistol. Yes, indeed. You heard it right. And it's not just a quickie little 30-second snap, Pete. I mean, it's like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. He plays the whole thing through this. And it actually sounds pretty good. It's not like the, you know, I mean, it actually sounds pretty good. Now, it has a power switch here underneath that you turn it on and off with, just like that. And then when you're ready, you fire it up. Give it a second. Now you know you're ready to go, and then you can, you know, fire it or turn on the sound effect music or whatever you like. But I tell you, from, you know, I have obviously several prop pieces, many of them, especially through Star Trek or even through things with my Star Wars that I've got over here in the corner. There's prop pistols, there's toys, and then there is replicas made by true fans that do very good work. And this is one of them. You know, I just would that some of the people that are out there, both in the sci-fi world, Star Trek, BattleStar Galactica, but I mean, there's just so many of these that are a little bit more than I can afford to just run out there and get all the time. But when I can afford a quality piece like this, I tell you, it becomes a showcase piece for you right away, because you really want to let everybody know, you know, about this investment that you made. Because, you know, this isn't a $50 go out and get it, you know, laser pistol. This is quality workmanship that he's put together. As a matter of fact, when I got it, I messaged him because I was like, you know, it smells a little strange. You know, what is that? And I mean, he literally finished building it an hour before he boxed it up and shipped it to me. I mean, it still had the fresh off the mill smell to it that I just wanted to question him about, and, you know, make sure that I wasn't smelling something weird or that there was a problem with it. But I mean, it's he was so responsive. I'm talking, of course, the Dutch Cylon. He was so responsive, so very nice in the messaging back and forth through Etsy. I mean, it's just a great vendor to work with, and I was really pleased to be able to get it. I mean, when I got it, I wasn't sure whether to open it or not. I wanted to show it to my wife and kids and everything and have them there for the unboxing, you know. But, you know, about an hour later, I couldn't take it anymore, and I ripped the box open so I could get to it. But man, what a great addition to any collector that's into sci-fi or toys or collecting or in, you know, it's such a good piece. Now, I'm going to switch gears for just a second because I want to give you, for those of you that have one of these resin pieces and you're curious about the differences, I want to show you the differences. Again, I want you to be able to use this review to make an educated decision if you decide to move forward and get one of these wonderful pieces through the Dutch Cylon, which of course has his, I'm going to put his link in the description below to his Etsy store. Now, this one here, if you look at it in a size comparison between the two, this one is bigger. Much, well, I don't say much bigger, but noticeably different, especially when you hold them in your hands. Now, I'm not a super tiny person, but I'm not a super big person either. I guess I'm just about as normal as you can come. But it's clearly to where when you wrap your hand around this one, look at how much my fingers wrap versus this one. So if you had smaller hands, then this one obviously is going to be pretty good. A small child, or even a young adult, this would be, you know, a little bit too big perhaps for them. Now, I went back and watched, and someone out there that's really big into, you know, BattleStar Galactica memorabilia, you'll have to help me answer this question. I don't know which one is more screen accurate in their sizing, with this handle grip and size or this one. Now, when I went back and I looked very closely at some of the episodes, it did seem like Apollo and Starbuck, you know, had about this type of grip. And then looking at the laser pistol, it seemed like this was going to be closer to the size, that it seemed larger than life in, you know, in comparison when they were holding it and gripping it versus this one. right? So it just, if you look at this one in comparison to my body size, and then you look at this one in comparison to my body size, it seems like this one is more of the screen accurate size. Again, I'm relying on the experts out there that know more about BattleStar Galactica and laser pistols than I do to answer that question. But again, just from a comparison standpoint, now this one being that it is fiberglass and this one resin, this one is noticeably heavier than this one. I had almost considered, and I wouldn't even know where to start for this one, but to weight this one up a little bit. Now my friend the Dutch Cylon, if I might make that suggestion to you, sir, even though you've done an absolutely wonderful job, I'm not critiquing your work, but I do say I like the weight of this one being its resin cast a little bit more. If there was some way to put some metal or filler in here so it gave it a little bit more weight, I think that would be an added asset to the feeling and the quality of it. As a suggestion, just a suggestion. I don't mean to critique it. I'm just making suggestions. Again, I want everybody to choose it for it. But if I hadn't ever felt this one and the good weight that it felt like, I would have never probably made that suggestion. But when you make the comparison, you know, this one does feel pretty light in comparison to the resin. But you just can't deny the authenticity of this unit, this laser pistol, when it comes to just how good it looks. And again, I'm going to show some additional video footage of it. It's just so very, very nice. And then of course with the little sound bar inside, it runs off of a 9-volt battery, and it just absolutely looks fantastic, both with its lighting and the sound effects and the sound quality. I know I mentioned that once before, but I don't even see where the speakers are on this unit, but I tell you what, it just doesn't sound like a little tin radio. Powering it up, there it goes. But I tell you, it just sounds very, very good, especially from a speaker soundboard quality level. So I hope that you enjoyed my review of the laser pistol from the Dutch Cylon. You can find him on eBay. I'm sorry, not eBay. You can find him on Etsy. And I tell you what, he does absolutely fantastic work. He also has additional types of, you know, pistols out there. I know he has a BattleStar Galactic one. I know that he does a Cylon, you know, laser pistol as well. I know that he also at one time did the BattleStar Galactica Viper helmets. And I don't know if he makes those anymore, but man, I would love to save up my pennies and get one of those as well. I'd have to save up quite a few pennies, I'm sure, because I mean, what I saw online for that is absolutely blows me away. But here you go. I hope that you enjoyed this review video. Make sure that you subscribe, like, and share, all that kind of stuff down below. But I will see you again here soon on RB's Toy Box.